So this is a Friday edition of Granblue Radio. This is episode 391 here with DJ, who I
Yep.
have ripped from the warm embrace of Heaven Burns Red. Sorry about that, DJ.
You ripped me from doing some things in other games too.
A lot of those I think we still do while we do this. But anyway, so
I can't play a rhythm game while doing this.
yeah, all right, that's fair. All right, we'll try and make this fast. As fast as we can. So now we know what collab draw looks like. So here's that time I got reincarnated as the slime, Wedges of the Sky. As an event, it's fluffy and fun so far. We'll see what happens with part two. So incomplete grade there. Um, but now we have so we have Flash Gala going on, and Flash Gala, as said before, there's no new characters for Flash Gala. Instead, what would normally have been sort of a dead time in November, they're filling in with the That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime collab draw. And so this is going to be available until the 27th. Um, and the biggest part of contention here is that the collab draw rates are 3% SSR, 15% SR, 82%. So it's a standard banner. It's not a flash banner, even though there's.
Despite coming out during Flash Banner.
Mm-hmm. And then when you look into the SSR rates, so here's the 3%, and here's the rate up, and it's 0.5% for Xion, and then you scroll down further to get to Diablo, and it's another 0.5%. So it's a 1% chance total of getting the character that you're actually in here for, and then the usual.
I love 33% chance of it when you get an SSR. It's the one you want.
Yeah. Um, and so, like, they've done the thing where going through the collab so far, they've shown off that there are 30 free draws on this 10% of the way because it's a
Oh,
300 and it's just like,
why is it
okay,
300 still?
yeah, like the the part where this is meant to aim for new players is like, okay, so we're gonna take a quick look at the characters and they're party in a can. They're both dark. The collab character is dark, so they're obviously like, all right, newer players, come on in, get these characters. They work with the collab character, and they worked with the collab character explicitly, where it's like,
They really say you need Rimuru in the party to do something in
yeah,
order to trigger something else.
right. And so, people are reacting pretty badly, and I don't blame them. I just,
I think they're reacting correctly.
I think that, like, I am never a fan of the bullying works principle. I just think that, people are justified in not being happy with this. So, do you want to actually look at these characters other than the whole things like being targeted by Rimuru, all of these things that just refer to Rimuru on these characters?
Uh, well, first talk about Rimuru first.
Sure. But the problem is that Rimuru gets an incomplete grade because in 4 days, Rimuru Tempest will get an uncap that changes a lot of this.
And I think that's very lazy, to be honest.
Lazy in which way?
So we're missing our 5-star uncap this month because
Mm,
we're giving it to this character that you come out with incomplete on purpose.
hmm The incomplete on purpose is it's a 4 day wait, but when we had Luffy uncap, did we also have a regular uncap that month?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, so uh, does that just make this even more like irksome to you that
Yes,
Rimuru gets that? Were you mad at Luffy getting one or not really?
I was
Okay,
because you could just literally put that all in his first kit.
okay. Uh, But yeah, so here's Rimuru. The main thing is, that so far at least, is this full potion ability, which is fully restore Dark Allies HP and remove all debuffs on a 14 turn cooldown. Um, Like, if you're a beginning player, that'll be a useful button. Some of these other things, like Dispel Cancel, is of variable usefulness. I think it's useful against like Lumi Omega. So alright, sure. Um, the uplift effect is fine here. It's on 3 out of 7 so far, so it's not great.
I mean,
Beelzebub
that's
Lord of... Whoop, go
also
ahead.
like the only way you improve is like 306.
hmm
Like, there's not much you can do on improving uplifts other than just making it more available.
hmm Uh,
But most are just like 306.
yeah. And then here's Beelzebub Lord of Gluttony, which is a Dispel, and raises a unique buff, Analytical Appraisal. Um, Pressing the button gives 1 level. Successfully removing a buff gains a 2nd level, and to the
And there's
max
nothing to
5.
cheat this out though.
No. So there's boost to
So
attack, boost to defense in order. Well, go ahead. Sorry, I was interrupting you.
yeah, so the problem with that is that because there's no way to cheat out this button yet,
Yet. hmm
uh, getting to 5 stacks really hard.
Yeah, because it's as a max, it's you get 2 levels every 6 turns, and so you'll only get to 5 on turn 13-ish, turn
It,
11-ish.
13 on your best case scenario.
Yeah. Um, and then
At
the
that point, the thing you're trying to fight is probably dead.
yeah, yeah. Here's summon Demon Wolf when Rimuru's HP is 50% above. It's a area nuke and gain Thunderstruck, and then when an enemy is Thunderstruck 5 or better, that's an activate twice.
This one's not that bad
This one's not
because
that bad.
it's 600k nuke. So it's better. It's actually better than Beelzebub, Lord of Gluttony half the time.
hmm
If you're starting out, especially because you don't have your supplemental damage
Right.
on your grid.
You don't have like the ability to get Agonize for a little bit.
But it like caps out around like 1.9 million if with a lot of cap ups.
hmm Which
And so
Rimuru
when
has
double
one.
cast it's like 3.8. And it's
hmm
like that's before you get like Opus Amp, but you're not thinking about Opus Amp if you're playing you're not thinking about this character if you have Opus Amp.
Right. By the time you have Opus Amp, then you have moved past this character because Dark's free characters are also very strong because it's just like just having 6 in near built gives you a very strong core for a team, and then you can pick up some very good ones. Like you can just make Joker, you know, like you can make Lelouch, and they're still perfectly competent compared to this.
Oh yeah, let's see, if you want to go on other things. That's CA. I'll see you in 4 days.
Yeah, and then so
Having Petrify is not an amazing ability anymore.
yeah, so here's Raphael, Lord of Wisdom, and so there's a huge number of things here. Um, but the thing is that only 2 of them are always active. Full debuff immunity all the time, which is strong. Rimuru always has refresh on, and then the rest is just an explanation of what analytical appraisal does, which is attack up at level 1.
30% perpetuity, level 2, 100% defense, 3, 100% chance for 30% crits, 4, dodge rate up. I don't know why we need that one. And 5, 10% boosted damage cap.
Right. And so, this is one of those like super beginning, you have just joined the game, and like having a dispel is all right, and that's pretty much it. And then it's just like, all right, this is nothing special. Um, we compare that to like the other collab characters that we've gotten recently, and the My Hero Academia characters, we were like, these are good, you know, like, um, why is Pochako listed? Oh wait, that's right, because Pochako's for the rerun. Like Pom Pom Purin and Cinema Roll were actually used in this most recent Unite fight because they have a passive that cannot be replicated. Like Nobara and Maki are they're just legitimately good. Like Bakugo is a budget willness, and then you look at Rimuru and it's like, all right, I guess. Once again, though, incomplete grade. We'll have to see you next week, I guess. But anyway, and then so yeah, we go over the characters that are just made to work specifically with Rimuru because both of them have abilities that say when Rimuru does something. So let's say you have Shion here. Um, Shion has what is actually a relatively standard Dark CA where it does unworldly damage, does extra dark damage at the end, and then gives Shion triple attack. Then there's a supplement damage over here, and that's good to have. Um, Steel Strength here is not really that special. It's a very long cooldown for the boost to CA specs, because she's a 200% meter character. And then, you know, hit to multi attack, 6 hits of dark damage. That's not bad for a relatively short cooldown. But then, it's like, so she has a permanent refresh on herself also. So she and Rimuru both share that. She has auto revive to start, and when she dies and comes back, all of her skills come back, which is fine. And then here's the Great Rimuru's first secondary passive. So here's the 200% meter limit. Whenever Rimuru uses a red skill or charge attack, she casts her skill 3. It's like, okay, that makes it better. And she gives herself Adoration, which is one of the charm effects, but it has the LER clause where it's actually treated as a buff on her. So when she has the Adoration on her, she gets a boost to crit and damage cap. She gets a huge boost to how much meter she gains. She gets a cut to her skill cooldowns at the end of the turn. And, the little LER clause where it's like, even though she's charmed, she's not going to stop moving. And that's it. It's just like this character is low, um, like the actual skills as written are kind of low effectiveness for long cooldowns. The supplement damage taken here is the good one. Ogre Sword Cannon is fine because you're theoretically casting it a lot, but you're only doing this with Rimuru, so there's a time limit on this. Once you're no longer using the 10 Slime Collab character, you're going to stop using this character too. We move over to Diablo, and the same thing is there. And it's like the established thing that they said was that these characters were supposed to be for new players who came in for the collab to give them like something I don't to give them essentially, like I said, like this is a team in a can if you get all 3 of them, which is not really that likely with the tools that they've given you. Like here's Diablo. Diablo is built around End of the World over here, which is another dispel. So you can get 2 nukes out of it if the CA has happened recently. And whenever targeted by a buff or healing skill by Rimuru, then Diablo gets Adoration and deals triple attacks, gets supplemental damage, gets 2-hit flurry, um, gets activate skill 1 after Rimuru normal attacks, and once again, no Adoration. So one of them is getting charms no matter what Rimuru does on casting skill or doing CA. And then, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you even want to say. You've gone silent. Hold on. No, oh, DJ's computer is acting up. That's what happened. So he's not angry. Well, he is angry, but he's not angry enough to be silent. He's actually having computer problems. But um, Yeah, blue's like it's not even viable. You will get all three. It's like two if you're lucky. Um, like there's two different characters that do hit to multi attack. So you're not gonna get multi attacked, I guess. But multi attack is one of the least spectacular debuffs. I've talked about this before, where when you put a lot of multi attack down on a boss, you just don't notice when it happens a lot of the time. And yeah, like once again, this party has a time limit on it. You can make the Shion, Rimuru, Diablo team as a new player if you happen to get it, but it's like you go back to Shiro Carte's academy as a new player. Like I was talking about how this was something they should only do after they've gotten a really good new player experience. And this messes up the new player experience a lot because like you go into Sierra Academy and you get a perfectly good set of dark characters. Like you go into side stories, you do where is it? Where are you? That's Eye of the Storm. Where is my old friend Seeds of Redemption? You do Seeds of Redemption and you can just get 6, you know? You can get a very good character. Like when you're just starting and you want to play dark, do Seeds of Redemption. Get 6. He's good. He's better than the collab characters, you know? Um you do Sierra Carte's Academy and you the Knick-Knack Academy gives you who was the dark character in that one again? You get Narmea. Narmea is very good. Like she's been crept out, sure, but these collab characters are, you know, not going to really stick around that long either. I'm reminded that looking that Dark probably got the worst of the character the characters from the academy, and Narmea is still good. Like she's fine, and she fits in with other characters as opposed to once you remove these 10 slime characters from each other, then they're just worse. Yeah, Brad in chat is like, if these characters were meant for new players, then um, the players shouldn't get stuck with two characters that they likely would have to roll hard for, but will end up useless really shortly. Like it is like, all right, so I've gotten 10 free rolls so far, and I'm hitting free roll again, and like, all right, there's an SSR, but there's a oh geez, I'm going to contradict myself, aren't I? Watch this. Yep, I got Diablo, but it's like, what am I gonna do with this? I am not happy getting this character. This is not a standard experience. What just happened when I pressed this button? I undermined my own point, and I'm sad about this. But it's just like, even if I was new to this game, I still wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that because like there's confusion involved too. Because you click on preview, you have to flip between these, and we have there's a free draw that you can't use here. There's a free draw that you can't use here. There's a collab event premium draw set with the asterisk that says no collab characters are
God, characters
in.
are not in the set. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah, like this is a very confusing implementation at its very like most generous. And also, hey, welcome back, DJ. Thanks for rejoining
Yeah,
me.
my video card went out for one of my monitors.
Oof.
I had to go
Did
find my DVI cable.
did you see me undermining my own point?
No.
Uh, I hit draw and I got Diablo, and it's like when you click this button, you're so unlikely to get one of these characters. Proceed to get one of the characters. It's like okay, but that it doesn't change the point. It just is really funny because it's just like if they're going when you're a new player in this game, they give you 100 free rolls off of the most recent Flash Gala or Premium Gala. When you're new to this game, they give you a whole bunch of just tickets to use. They give you 6 free characters for going through the new player experience, one in each element. They give you um, a grand character of your choice. I would suggest not doing it for the dark one. So don't take fairy. There's other better. There's still better ones in there. Um,
Yeah, very super outdated at this point.
yeah. At least the weapons for the other characters, like Catalina is a good crutch character when you're starting out, and then her weapon is good for a long time. Rackham is fine. I think Fairy I think is the worst out of those 6 that you start. But like there's so much that you get as a new player, and then they're giving this thing that is clearly worse to new players that they're trying to lure in with the collab here, and that's so confusing to me. And it's like it's undermining the stuff that we are getting, which is, they're very generous with collab stuff. Like whenever a collab happened and people were curious about GBF, we'd be like, "Come on in!" Like they give you a bunch of stuff, and if you know, if you enjoy it, stay, and if not, all right, you tried. And now when someone joins, it's like, okay, do the GBF stuff. Um, try to avoid all of the traps that have been laid in front of you with,
Including the gotcha character right here.
yeah,
This banner is a trap. Like I why there's so many complaints that you add into it, and it's
hmm
like they're all valid.
yeah. So, yeah, I think that's all there is to say about that without just like degenerating into something. Um, I really, really hope that the message is sent that they shouldn't do it like this. Like, there's a way to do it, and this ain't it.
Yeah, did you go over the other characters without and with Rimuru?
Yeah, pretty much. Where it's like whenever Rimuru does something, one of the secretaries will react with an effect. But like Diablo's effect is pretty medium unless it's being repeated a bunch of times, and then it's all right. But then they both lower multi attack, and so they're kind of working together, but also working together in a way that is invisible to a player.
Yeah, well, one of them is local, and the other one is stackable. Yeah.
But they're doing the same thing. Like that's one of the problems.
Why is like Shion's Master Chef only one turn
Which one's Master Chef? It's the one turn of damage taken is supplemented.
and defense sound? They're both one turn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Chichiri is like a couple turns, isn't she?
Let's go
Chichiri's
fire.
3 turns for a 6 turn cooldown.
Yeah, there it is. It's 6 turn cooldown, 3 turn supplement. Yeah, I don't know. I can't, I can't explain.
Like I would never suggest these characters at all.
Yeah, I am with you on there. But yeah, I mean that's it. That's all there is to say about this one. Neither of us are happy. A much larger group out there isn't that happy. Um, the art's cool. Like GVF always kills the art on these things. But yeah, I hope they never do this again. Or if they do it, they redesign it the same way they redesigned Summer Scratchers, where it's just like, here, have more giveaways
Yeah, they redesigned Summer Scratchers by getting rid of Summer Scratchers.
by just giving away other things and better things.
Yeah. Hey, you remember when we had free characters? We do have free characters.
Yeah, there's another free character coming. Maybe Veldora Tempest is cool. I don't know. We won't find out for another few days.
I mean, he is cool.
I didn't watch the show. I just know that people like his himbo status, like
He is
him.
definitely that dude.
And like I said, like this is overshadowing the part where it's like there's good stuff in here. Um, the stickers. There's actually a really fun sticker with the One Punch one. Like I foresee seeing that one a lot. Um, there's two big question marks here that we still have to figure out, but I don't know if they're gonna, make up for what's happened in the last 24 hours.
I don't think whatever they can do can actually make people happy.
No. But yeah, it's the event itself is fine. Everything this part around it is a big black mark on it.
Yeah, everything but the gotcha is good.
Yeah. Like anyway. Uh like I said, we're gonna talk in circles and just repeat the same points at this point. So I think we should just end the episode at a half hour and say, well, see you next time, I guess. We'll see you next time.
Uh, well, we have missions going on right now, so you can excel forward in your leveling up some stuff, I guess.
I mean,
And also half off stuff is cool.
yeah, I mean the standard stuff that we get for collab stuff is active, and the collab missions. Let's see here, the uh let's see here, the sand reward is right here at 65. Um, we still have two question marks here, so you know, like they haven't
Whatever
really
that's
said whatever those
go
are.
out.
Yeah, whatever those go out, we'll see you in 4 days also. Like, I don't know.
We're gonna have a very interesting Granblue Fest.
It is going to be a very contentious Granblue Q&A.
We don't even know who's even gonna be at the Q&A yet.
Yup.
And if it's Nakamura, oh, he'll have words.
All
Because he's
right.
also completionist.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of Granblue Fest, let's actually end this on a relatively joyful note because we know the attractions now. We know what the floor looks like. So we're not going to have the hardest time going between stages because they're back to back, which is nice. Well, sorry, they're facing each other. We are going to be back to back. The seating is back to back. That's the spectator friendly way. So for a lot of us, the changing stages it just involves turning around, which is good. Um, the games, let's see here. I wonder how funny it will be to be in the AWR booth because they're going to have the whole like tornado wind booth where you're just trying to pluck balls and feathers out of the air to get prizes.
They're actually gonna put it in the ball, and you stick your hand in the ball.
I don't know.
That's usually how I expected. That's also how I saw it outside of a Giga once. So
Okay. Then we have like a Galleon block stacking challenge that'll be incredibly like busy because it's Galleon merchandise and people want that.
and also block stacking is gonna take some time.
hmm
Like you have to put everything back in order afterwards.
Yeah. I do wonder what the lightning dodging game will involve for the Luo one. I hope it
It's
resets fast. What's up?
it might lightning dodging. It might actually just be like the reflex challenges again.
Mm, okay. And
Just
then
reworks.
yeah. And then Fedial's gonna be a target game where you just toss like Velcro balls at Fedial targets.
It might be easier than whipping something.
Yeah.
That one was hard.
The Orolojaya one will be interesting where it's like here's a board. We're gonna mix it up, now put it back to where it was when we started. So the Orolojaya mini envelope set and the reversible postcard for each Orolojaya on each side is gonna be fun. But yeah, this is gonna be a very contentious Q&A for the new producer coming in. If the new producer is actually gonna be there, we don't know.
We still don't know who is a name. Not even like a fake name. We just don't have a name at all.
Hmm. And we don't have a cast yet. What that's coming. They still have plenty of time for that one. Um, it's
I can narrow down a lot of people who can't be there.
which events are going on the same weekend?
A lot because it's before
Because it's the weekend,
Christmas.
yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. All right. That said, that's all we got for this week, DJ. Thanks for joining me.
Yep.
It's
Next time we talk about part two.
yeah. Well, it can't get worse, can it? Thunk, thunk, thunk.
Well, it definitely can't get worse.
Yeah.
Not unless they like add Shuna to the gacha.
Well, all they've added Shuna to is the Rimuru uncap art.
Uncap art, yeah.
Yeah, which
I'm
has
like,
like
hey, Shuna. Finally, the character that's in like every gacha that has 10 slime in it.
like the series of decisions that led to this is
We complained about it when it came when they first announced it too. That's
yeah.
the thing. And then we nothing was this like retroactively set backwards. Well, we something was retroactively set backwards. It's our mentality of this game for implementing this in the first place.
I don't know. There's a lot to complain about, and well, in about a month and a week, we'll see if they even address it. Like, well, I'm sure they're going to address it somehow. The question is what the tone will be.
It could end up like Resident Evil 4 on a GameCube.
I actually don't know that story.
It sold pretty poorly, so that's why they were able to get out of being exclusively on the GameCube.
Hmm. Okay. But yeah, well, there's a lot to ask questions about, and like I said, like I'm a diehard fan of this game, but I'm also not defending this at all.